My hijab represents everything that I stand for. I believe that my hijab is an act of worship that I solely do for the sake of Allah. Because I cannot ignore the fact that my hijab brings the world's eyes on me, thus my hijab is a constant motivator that reminds me of what I stand for, which is peace.
It is important that we understand the significance of the hijab, as it is not only a part of our sisters' iman, but it is also a symbol of their innocence and their beauty. It is not simply a piece of cloth that is wrapped around their head, but it is also an essence of protection that protects their beauty from the gaze of the evil eye. It is also a foundation of their confidence and their strength, the courage that they have when they walk down the streets that pose a threat to them and scream danger. Our sisters are fearless, for Allah is always by their side, and they always have a peaceful heart.
Hijab to me is a part of who I am. It's my comfort zone. It's a reminder of my Muslim identity, and it's a reminder of what my character should be as a Muslim woman and what I should stand for.
As we all know, the hijab is an important symbol in Islam because of how it represents modest worship. For me, the hijab is a sign of humility and is also a part of my identity. My hijab allows me to feel safe because it protects me from the gazes of others, and it also gives me more confidence.
But it is a symbol in reference to my deen. In Islam, the hijab is a part of my modesty, and Allah loves those who are modest and righteous. And I wear the hijab to remind myself of my daily responsibilities as a Muslim.
That I made for National Hijab Day. The hijab is more than just a veil used to cover one's face. It's a form of blessing that was brought down to bring modesty to the human race. It serves as a form of worship, a form of expression, and a representation of your belief. It's a gift from Allah towards the ummah, but shaitan plays as a thief. He whispered into the humans' ears and seeped into their minds, and convinced them that it was okay to dress with whatever which they can find. And so now shamelessness and immodesty filled the world to the max, clearing the path to a hopeless future filled with pits and cracks. But among those cracks lay a shining light in the form of the hijab, one final hope that unfortunately some people don't reach out to grab. Deep down it has a deeper cause than just to cover your hair, but in the sinful world it's misunderstood and is treated very harsh and unfair. It's viewed as an oppression aimed towards women that takes away their voice. It's seen as a revolting and restricting garment that was forced on them without choice. However, the truth is very different, and they just need to open their eyes, and maybe it can turn into something they love rather than what they despise. The hijab is meant to protect a woman from sinful and evil intent. It isn't forced, but it is endorsed, and in no way does it oppress. And the hijab isn't only meant for women, it concerns all men as well, for the true meaning of the word hijab is one we can't dispel. The term hijab simply means to conceal, not just your hair, but more of the body too, and covering your aura is something that every woman has to do.
I have a short poem for World Hijab Day, and I'll start. It's strange that they say hijab is oppressive, when really it's just a greater form of expression. The hijab is the one that uplifts, you see, lifts us beyond society's cruelty. The hijab is my representation. It symbolizes the past of the Islamic nation. When all around are these false innovations, I choose to stick with my regulations. When I say that I'm a Muslim, I don't mean that I'm oppressed. Thankfully, I'm happy. All of this is my success. When I wear the hijab, others have nothing to see, and eventually, they fall for personality. The hijab will tell you you're worth more than you know, that it's not just about looks, but the way you grow. So next time you look at the hijab in distaste, know that it keeps our values straight. Thank you.
But I'm here to tell you that we're the same as anybody else. As long as we stick to our beliefs and we know what exactly we're following and who we're doing it for, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with wearing the hijab. We're just the same as anyone else, so be proud. Have pride in your hijab. Be proud that you are reflecting who the Muslim Ummah is. Be proud that you are representing Islam. You yourself were chosen to do that.
The hijab is a freedom of expression. It's something that connects me to my religion. It's something that allows me the freedom to wear what I want, and it's something that lets me uphold the ideas that a Western society of America has. In the Western society of America, we talk about freedom, we talk about living as we please, we talk about being an individual, and that's what the hijab lets me be and do. As an individual, I feel the need to express myself in a way where I can be open about my religion, be public about my religion, be public about my views, and that's what the hijab gives me the freedom to do.
The hijab is something that would keep me safe from the dangers of the outside world. I know it would be something that would bring me nothing but good. And the hijab, it's such a beautiful symbol that allows others to perceive me for myself, to allow others to listen to me before looking at my appearance. And I think that's something really beautiful about the hijab. It's an honor to wear the hijab, and it's my pride and it's my dignity. And I'm so happy that I'm able to share the beautiful attributes of the hijab with you all today. And it is truly something that I will stand pridefully and joyfully with until the end, inshallah.
It's more than just a cloth, more than just something to wrap around your head. It's a shield, a protection. It's a symbol of modesty, not oppression. It's a symbol of pride, as I know Allah is by my side. So I walk with confidence, yet humility, because I know my Lord is with me.
To me, the hijab means the taqwa, or the amount of fear we have in Allah, and it represents how much we fear Allah based on what we're doing. It represents the modesty we have in ourselves and for the other people around us, and it represents the self-respect we have for ourselves among others. It shows how we want to lower the attraction of other people outside so we don't get an evil eye from other people, so we don't hurt ourselves in any way or get any bad attraction from others.
The beginning of my relationship with my hijab was not the best or perfect in any way, but I have now come to accept that the hijab I wear is now a part of me. My hijab is my companion, my shield, and a major part of my identity. It protects me from all the evil around me and the judgment of the outside world. A hijab makes me feel stronger and more confident in myself. It encourages and reminds me to be a better person and a better Muslim. I do not wear the hijab to look pretty. I wear it because it makes me feel comfortable, protected, and most importantly, happy in it.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Safiya Sardaj, and here is my World Hijab Day poem entitled Beauty is the Crown. Beautiful is the one who guards and enshrouds in a fabric that shades her, protects her from the gazes and eye raisers. Under a cover taken by her own choice, not a disguise or suppression of her voice. The world will see her rise to the greatest of heights, her hijab, wrapped and modestly adorned upon her head, worn like a crown, built from scripture she has read. She was crowned by the King of all kings, the supreme of all beings, and she will wear it proud, until her entire body wears its final shroud, and the gates of Jannah call her name. Enter, O modest one, they will say. Today you succeed, while the name callers and those who taunted await their fiery fate. Because beautiful is the one who guards and enshrouds in a fabric that shades her, protects her from the gazes and eye raisers.
We were torn apart. We were torn apart for the simple reason that we had a scarf on. There were many times that I remember coming home being bullied by so many people because we were different. Why are you covering? What is that? Why is that on you? And there's so much more they said that I don't think I should discuss right now. But the point being that when you are doing what is right, you will always be tested. You will always be on the spotlight. And you will always feel this feeling of should I or should I not? And when you stick to, and when you have the confidence, and when you don't go astray no matter what difficulty comes your way, that is what should define us as a Muslim. Because when we reflect upon the life of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we see these characteristics in him. That no matter how many trials he had, he did not give up. And he did not abandon Islam in any way. So, keeping that in mind, we should be following his footsteps and always reminding ourselves that even if this is difficult, and even if we are feeling a little bit of not being comfortable, that should not stop us from doing what is right. In fact, it should encourage us more. We should turn to Allah more. We should ask Allah for our help, because this is what will build your bond between you and Allah when you remember Him during the time of most difficulty. So keep it up, everyone. I want you all to be very proud that you do wear hijab, and it is something that should reflect not only your appearance but also your character. May Allah make it easy on everyone. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.